President Trump is taking action in response to the killing of thousands of Christians in Nigeria. President Trump vowing possible sanctions and saying on Truth Social, quote, "Radical Islamists are responsible for the mass slaughter. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of, quote, particular concern," and entrusting Congressman Riley Moore and other lawmakers to immediately look into this report and report back to me. West Virginia Representative Riley Moore joins us now. Congressman, thank you for joining us, and thank you for your continued efforts in bringing attention to this matter. I'm going to say what's going on there, and I know it's tough, but people need to hear it. Christians are being macheted, burned alive. They're being forced to, dig their own graves before they're buried alive. They're being raped. They're being killed. They're being starved. Why have we not been hearing more about this?
Well, Rachel, the mainstream media has just turned a blind eye to this, but this network specifically has been giving me and others a platform to actually talk about that. So I do really want to thank you so much for doing that and highlighting it, because it has made a difference. We're talking about between 50,000 and 100,000 Christians have been slaughtered in Nigeria since 2009. And we did have a designation on them in the first Trump administration as a country of particular concern. The Biden administration took that off because the killing, according to them, was happening because of land disputes, and climate change was the culprit in this, which it's hard to believe that that's even a justification. This is a genocide that's been going on by Islamic terrorist organizations. This designation by President Trump, and I just want to take 2 seconds. Thank you, President Trump. Thank you so very much, because this is going to end up saving lives. Thank you for this designation. And I think this is going to make a huge difference. And we're going to get right to work on this and get to the bottom of what's happening and give President Trump a full menu of options that we can use to try to stop these killings.
So what does the designation do exactly?
Well, this designation opens up a menu of 15 types of different options the president can use. One in particular is the suspension and prohibition of security assistance, which we have been doing security assistance with the Nigerian government. And that was a promise that they were going to receive arms and training from the United States to go kill and stop Boko Haram. They have not been doing that. They have not been stopping these Islamic terrorists, and in my view, have been collaborating and coordinating, and at least, at minimum, have just been turning a blind eye to it in Nigeria. So now that's going to stop. But this menu of options also includes the ability of the administration now to use targeted sanctions against entities within Nigeria itself, suspend economic cooperation. There's a whole list of options in here that I think is really going to have a dramatic effect in reducing the killings in Nigeria.
Yeah, every pastor, every priest, including the Pope, this should be the #1 issue for every Christian leader in America. I think members of Congress should go and visit. They go to Switzerland. They go to all kinds of places. Let's go. Let's see. Let's meet with the victims. Let's make it real if we really want to do something about it. You were part of a very wonderful CPAC Christian Persecution Summit that brought faith leaders together to talk about how we can fix this situation through policy and awareness. Just wanted to give you a last word on how that went, because I know you were part of it.
Yes, and I want to thank Matt Schlapp, Mercedes Schlapp, the CPAC folks, for putting that great event on. And it was one day after that event, and then actually coming on this network, that President Trump put that designation in place, and just one day before All Saints Day, which we're obviously celebrating today as Catholics. So just such a huge, huge turning point in this entire saga and sad tragedy that's been taking place. But God bless you, President Trump. Thank you so very much for standing up for Christians in Nigeria and around the world.
Amen to that. He really does care, and we should all pray for these martyrs. They are Christian martyrs. They have kept the faith under really horrific circumstances. Thank you, Congressman. We really appreciate it.